Casey Morris on the inside. Hiltz on the outside. Both get by Butler, but Nikki Hiltz is national champion once again.
Nikki Hiltz didn't lead this race. They didn't panic. They didn't even make a move when everyone else did. But in the final seconds, everything flipped. A stacked field. One lap to decide it all. And somehow, Hiltz was still waiting. What happened in that last 200 meters changed the entire race. And once you see how they did it, you'll understand why nobody in America can beat them right now. From the start, the race unfolded in a way that experienced middle-distance runners know well. Nobody wanted to commit too early. The field was stacked, filled with athletes who all believed they had a shot if the race stayed tactical. The early laps were controlled, almost conservative. Positioning became more important than pace. Every athlete was guarding space, making sure they were not boxed in, making sure they had a lane when it mattered. Hiltz stayed patient. That patience has become their trademark over the past few years. While others get anxious and burn energy fighting for unnecessary positions, Hiltz reads the race like a chess player. They stayed relaxed, floating just behind the leaders, conserving energy, watching everything unfold in front of them. This is not accidental. This is the product of experience and confidence. When you have won as much as Hiltz has, you do not panic. You do not chase moves that do not matter. You trust your strength. You trust your timing. As the laps ticked by, the tension built. The pace was not slow enough to be comfortable, but not fast enough to break the field apart. It created the perfect setup for a dramatic finish. Every runner in that pack knew they were still in it. And that is exactly what makes races like this dangerous. With 400 meters to go, the energy shifted instantly. The leader began to push. The pack tightened. Elbows came closer. Footsteps got louder. This is where positioning becomes everything. One mistake here, and your race is over. Hiltz did not make that mistake. They moved with precision, sliding into a position where they had a clear path forward. Not boxed in, not too wide, just enough space to react. This is where years of racing at the highest level show up in ways that casual viewers do not always notice. Coming into the final 200 meters, the race exploded. The field fanned out as multiple runners launched their kicks. This is the moment where races are won and lost in seconds. Everyone has speed. Everyone is hurting. The difference is who can access that final gear when their body's already screaming to stop. And this is where Nikki Hiltz separates from the rest. Their stride opened up. Their cadence lifted. It was not a frantic sprint. It was controlled aggression. Smooth, powerful, efficient. While others were straining, Hiltz looked composed. That composure is what makes the difference at this level. Step by step, they began to pull away. The gap was not massive, but it was decisive. In a race this tight, even half a step matters, and Hiltz created just enough separation to take control of the finish. The clock stopped at 4 minutes 11.34 seconds. Another national title, another statement performance, another reminder that when it comes to championship racing in the United States, Nikki Hiltz is the one everyone else is chasing. But if you think this race was just about one finish, you are missing the bigger picture. This victory was not an isolated moment. It was part of something much larger. With this win, Hiltz secured their fourth consecutive U.S. indoor 1,500-meter title. That alone is impressive, but it goes deeper than that. They have now dominated the American 1,500-meter scene across both indoor and outdoor championships for multiple years. Since 2023, Hiltz has consistently shown up in the biggest races and delivered. Outdoor championships, Olympic trials, indoor finals. Different tracks, different conditions, different fields. The result keeps repeating. They win. That kind of consistency is rare in middle distance running. The margins are too small. The competition is too deep. One bad decision, one poorly timed move, one off day, and everything can fall apart. Hiltz does not fall apart. They adapt. That is what makes them dangerous. Not just their speed, but their ability to read races, adjust in real time, and execute under pressure. Look at how this race played out. It was not a time trial. It was not a fast, strung-out field where the strongest runner simply runs away. It was tactical, messy, unpredictable, the kind of race where anything can happen. And still, the result was the same. That tells you everything you need to know. There is also something else happening here that cannot be ignored. Hiltz is not just winning races, they are changing expectations. They are showing that success in this event is not about one specific style. You do not have to lead from the front. You do not have to run the fastest splits early. You can win by thinking, by waiting, by striking at the exact right moment. That kind of racing requires confidence. Real confidence. The kind that only comes from repeated success and deep belief in your own ability. It is easy to say you will wait for your moment. It is much harder to actually do it when you are surrounded by competitors who are making moves, when your instincts are telling you to react, when the pressure is building with every lap. Hiltz stays calm, and that calm is what allows them to be explosive when it matters most. If you watch closely, you will notice something else about their racing style. There is very little wasted motion. Every move has a purpose. Every step is efficient. In a race decided by fractions of a second, that efficiency becomes a weapon. Other runners tighten up in the final stretch. Their form breaks down, their arms get tense, their stride shortens. Hiltz does the opposite. They stay tall, they stay relaxed. And that allows them to access a level of speed that others cannot sustain in that moment. That is not just talent, that is training, that is discipline. That is years of refining technique and understanding exactly how their body responds under pressure. Now, step back and look at what this means moving forward. The World Indoor Championships are next. The level of competition will rise. The field will be deeper. The margins will be even tighter. But the question remains the same. Can anyone beat Nikki Hiltz in a championship-style 1,500-meter race right now? Based on what we have seen, it is not just about physical ability. It is about execution. It is about decision-making. It is about who can handle the chaos of a tactical race and still deliver when everything is on the line. Right now, Hiltz is doing that better than anyone in the country, and that is why this win matters. It is not just another title. It is a continuation of control over an event that is notoriously unpredictable. It is proof that their approach works, even when the race does not go out fast, even when the field stays together, even when everything comes down to one final surge. That is the kind of reliability that separates champions from contenders. There will always be new challengers. There will always be athletes who believe they can close faster, who believe they can outkick, who believe they can find a way. But belief is not enough. Execution is everything. And until someone proves they can execute better than Nikki Hiltz in these moments, the story is not changing. The bell rings, the pace shifts, the race begins, and Nikki Hiltz finishes it.
Oh man, it's crazy. I'm so happy. I mean, what a fun race, you know? And to have the youngsters pushing us like that, I don't know, I think second and third might have been rookies.